Hello, everyone. Welcome to the All Things Good podcast. I am your host, Giovanna Surrillo. I hope you are doing good today. How are you? I hope you're doing great. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Sometimes if you guys are in customer service, I work with answering the phones. And, how sometimes they'll ask you, like, how are you? They'll be like, how good morning, how are you? And then you actually go to respond and they just cut you off. It's like, did you even want to know? Or were you just trying to make conversation? So anyways, I actually want to know, how are you? Let me know how you are doing today. How many of us actually have people in our lives that ask us this? How are you? What are you feeling? What are you up to? What's going on in your life? How is your mindset? How are your emotions? How's your spirit? Are you feeling low? Are you feeling high? Are you feeling vibrant? What are you feeling? How are you? Have you ever asked yourself that? I'm just rambling, by the way. I have no agenda. Have you ever asked yourself that? How are you? How are you? Like, how am I doing? Sometimes we get so caught up in everything else and serving people and, oh my gosh, serving our job. We get caught up in that. We get caught up in, being parents, being our significant other to someone, or just, we have all these titles and jobs and responsibilities. How are you doing? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you doing the things that you love? Are you finding time and peace and a place of quiet and stillness? Are you doing that? All these things matter when it comes to mental health. You want to make sure that you are doing things that are good for your mental health. And I don't care what people say. I think that mental health is important. And a lot of people, nowadays, they don't believe that mental health is a thing. And it's because a lot of the times, many people just overlooked and suppressed their emotions. They suppressed their feelings and took it with them to the grave. And you know what they did? They overworked in every area of their life just to avoid their emotions. They would work overtime just to avoid what they were truly feeling, not knowing that they were diminishing their very body, because our emotions are connected to our soul. Our soul is connected to our body. And all these diseases and sicknesses come about when we are not mentally capable or stable. What happens is our emotions start to degrade. They start to break down our body. And so make sure today that you are taking care of you. Make sure you're taking care of you. If you like to dance, go dance. Whatever you like to dance, you want to put in some salsa, some bachata, dance in your room. Dance like nobody's watching. That's one of my favorite quotes. Dance like no one is watching. Because let me tell you that I was always a dancer. And I can't even dance that great. Like, now, like, you have all these different moves and things like that. Like, I was always good to follow a beat. And I remember when I was younger, my mom would constantly catch me dancing. And she's like, mira, pero ¿qué tú haces? I would just be moving since a baby, dancing to commercials, dancing to jingles. And I was always a dancer. So dancing to me, oh my gosh, Lord Jesus. Dancing to me is a place where you can free yourself. I'm thinking about some prophetic words that I received about me dancing. And I feel like every time I try to dance, I stop myself because I feel like I look like an idiot. But who cares? No one is watching. Dance your feet. Like, dance, just move. What else can you do? Sing. You might not know how to sing. Your voice might be terrible. But so what? It's like a roar. Consider your song a roar. Like, just roar it out. Release those emotions, release that frustration by just singing. If you don't know how to sing, who cares? It's your mental health. What else can you do? You can write. And it doesn't have to be super poetic. It doesn't even have to make sense at the beginning. We do this assignment in our mental health, and our Poets Meet Mental Health. We meet monthly at As She Speaks, a virtual poet meets mental health, and it's amazing. And at the end, we do like a writing task, a writing assignment to develop our artistry. And we're supposed to just write whatever comes to our mind. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to rhyme. But as you continue to do this, as you continue to write, you actually start to get skilled. Like you start, like your words start to come together, and things start actually making sense the more you do it. Right. You never know that you might be the next writer. You might be the next poet. You might be, the next Rumi, the poet who, just wrote things, and, now he's completely famous for it. What else can you do? You can work out. You can, a lot of people are working out, and, I think we tend to overlook that. Oh, they're so concerned with their body. You never know what they're going through mentally. That might be their only outlet. We're so quick to judge. Like, cállate. Why do we have to judge so much when we know nothing about their story? We go day to day judging people and looking at people, not knowing what they're going through. So if you're kind to yourself, be kind to others. All right, that's a little bit off topic, but I just had to say that because we tend to judge a lot. What else can you do? So you can write, you can dance, you can work out, you can sing, you can go outside, you can pray. Prayer. Prayer is amazing when you are going through something. Just sit. How about meditation? Sit. Wait for God to tell you something. Those are the most amazing moments where you can just even cry. Just cry it out. Crying is good. Listen, let me tell you, crying, I know when we were younger, we were told, don't cry, suck it up. Put on your big girl panties, or you're a man, suck it up. Those people had no emotional intelligence. And 9 times out of 10, that was our parents. We have to tell them, listen, cállate, in a respectful way. No, don't tell your parents cállate. That's bad. Don't do that. But what I'm saying is, just because they didn't know how to manage their emotions doesn't mean that you can't. Just because they chose not to cry and stuff it up and suppress it and deal with it the way they dealt with it doesn't mean that you have to do it that way. It's okay if you cry. It is okay to cry. So, how are you today? What are you doing to take care of yourself? What are you doing to ensure that you are healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, for the next generation, for your kids, for yourself, for your parents, for your loved ones, for your workplace? How are you taking care of yourself? Ask yourself these questions today, and make sure that you do at least one thing this weekend. One thing. To take care of yourself, to bring joy back into your life, so that you can live a place of healthiness and wholeness. I gotta go. It was lovely talking to you. Until next time,